Yo, welcome to another episode of From the Mind of Bo. You know who it is, it's your boy Bo. Special guest with me doing this podcast. We have Teresa and we have Nikki. Ladies, give it up for yourselves.
What's up? What's up? Hello.
Great. Okay, I gotta be real black. I gotta turn my notifications off because, sorry, we recording this bootleg style. What I'm gonna say? Hey, that's what we doing. All right. So, interesting subjects. This is going to be kind of the relationship roundtable because it's a couple different topics we want to kind of tackle. Rocking my Falcon gear for those who can see me. It is draft day. Great. Woohoo. Some actual semblance of sports. This is like a starving man on the street. Just damn excited about watching the draft. So the last couple days have been exciting. But anyway. So this show will be kind of dedicated to the interesting nuances of what do you do in these certain instances of dating or wanting to date. It's going to be kind of three different subjects we hit here, so that's why we kind of call it the relationship roundtable because the title would be entirely too long to kind of give all those titles out. But the first one I wanted to kind of tackle was about the structure of if you have been in a relationship and you are thinking through the idea of replaying that relationship, so to speak, is what I call it. Is it a good idea or is the person an ex for a reason? I have different feelings based on if you ask me about different relationships, if it can work. My blanket rule, this is me both speaking. My blanket rule has always been I don't do the replay. I tend to, as I've gotten older, when I was younger, yeah, I probably did. As I've gotten older, it's been more of the one hit or quitter. Like, if it didn't work the first time, I'm probably not going to want to go back and do it again. Now, is that right or wrong? I couldn't tell you. That's just how I tend to think. So, that's the first part of the conversation I want to have with you all is if you had a relationship with someone, you've kind of moved on in so many words, but you start thinking about the person again and you start realizing, well, maybe it wasn't really something we couldn't work out, or maybe we should retry this again. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a perfect answer for that. I think it's a case-by-case basis. My general rule of thumb, again, is I don't replay. It'd have to be some really, really different circumstances if I went back on something like that. But that's me. So I'm going to open it up to you all, and Nikki will ask you first. Do you have a certain viewpoint of the replay relationship? Meaning, are you willing to give an ex a shot, or after you're done, that's just kind of your rule, or how do you go about addressing that?
If we're talking about any of my exes, then hell no. Been there, done that once. But if we're generally speaking, I think it depends on the situation. Like, I could see if you guys had to break up because one person moved away for their job or whatever, or went to the army or something like that, where you weren't going to see them for like a long period of time. And then if that person came back and the relationship was good before they left, and y'all had just decided to take a break, I think it would be okay to, take that person back. But in my life, my personal life, no, there's not one damn person I would ever take back, ever.
Wow. It's kind of interesting. I mean, so there's not one that you would even consider?
Nope. I mean, I did before. I took back my first. The guy who took my virginity, I took him back when I got to college, and we met up, and it was horrible. It was more horrible the second time than it was the first time. So just because of that, I mean, and then too, I think when you're in relationships, you learn more about yourself, and then the more you learn about yourself and the confidence that you gain, and you know what you won't put up with. And so if that person was bringing you something that you know you're not gonna, if you get to a point where you just don't settle anymore. So no, I wouldn't take. There's not one of them I would ever take back.
Okay, Teresa, what about you?
So I've never taken anybody back when I broke up with them, but I think it depends on what the situation is, on the reason why you guys broke up. If the person, it just really depends on what the situation is, and if you are willing to take the time to work it out. Because I've heard, both times I've heard when they've got people who have broken up and then it's been a little while and they've gotten back together, it was better the second time around. Maybe those two people needed the time apart from each other to really grow and then come back together. But then there's sometimes, they get back together and it's just complete horrible. So I just depend on it. For me, it just really, really depends on what the situation is.
Second time around, like the song say. And a good caveat to that is, and I've seen this, I don't know how many times I've seen this, it baffles my mind when I see it, but I have actually seen or heard of people like get married 2 or 3 times to each other. Like they break up. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. It would take. I have a
story.
Huh?
I have a story when you're done.
Oh God, the story is a classic. Okay, everybody don't know Teresa's story is a classic. I mean, this is some old school Ricky Lake stuff she be coming up with. But so see, if y'all don't know Ricky Lake, you got to go back on YouTube and find Ricky Lake videos, and that stuff would be crazy. But I don't understand, or nor can I fathom marrying somebody already divorced once, let alone 2 times after we've been married 1 time. But I've heard this before. And I'm like, okay, why y'all keep breaking up if y'all gonna be married each other? I mean, ain't it supposed to be y'all can't find happiness together, but when you get apart, then you miss each other and love each other? I'm like, I don't get that, but that's just me. But let's talk about your story. Let's just drop off into this.
Okay, so this isn't me personally.
Okay.
This is. I need you to follow me. I don't know if I've told Nikki this before, but my father.
Mm-hmm.
So he married my mom, and then they broke up, and then they went separate ways. Father was in the military, and they went separate ways or whatever. So then he ended up getting married again to another lady. Well, he had to go. Sometimes in the military you have to go off, and you can't bring everybody with you.
Right.
And so he ended up, I guess they parted ways. I don't know what happened, the full story, but they ended up not being married anymore. So then my mother came back into the picture, and then he remarried my mother. And then 3 kids later, and then about 6 years ago, him and my mother divorced, and he remarried the second lady.
What?
So he got remarried twice.
Yes, to both ladies.
Wait. So he's married to your mom, divorced her, married the second lady, divorced her, then married your mom again, divorced her, and now he's married to the second lady again.
Yes.
This shit is unreal. Wow.
I promise you. No joke.
Wow. Okay, has anybody ever asked him, like, can you really give us an understanding of what's going on with this?
Well, and to give, I don't know, but now, he's like, every now and then he'll be like, yeah, your mom used to make, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
So he ready to switch teams again, what you trying to say?
No, that'll probably never happen. But
dang.
I promise you, I'm not making, this is real life. I mean, we all were like, okay, wait, because when you know the story, you have to be like, wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm following this correctly.
Yeah, because you get lost on this one. I was like, wait a minute, he got married to the same women 2 times each. I'm like, I was like, how many times did he get married?
So he's been married 4 times to 2 different women.
Damn.
So how many children between the 2 of them?
So just him and my mom had me and my two brothers. Okay. Him and the lady never had kids, and she has 2 kids from her previous relationship.
This is like Brady Bunch 2.0, what y'all talking about right here. This damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so
your daddy's been married 4 times, and I ain't even been close. Like
me either. Hell, I ain't talk to your daddy like, nigga, I ain't got one. You got 2 women 4 times, bro. You pimping. So wait. Yeah. So how is the relationship between him and your mom, or is there one?
That is non-existent.
So no verbal communication whatsoever. Ain't no Christmas cards and nothing going on.
Nothing at all.
Does he know the lady? Has she ever met the lady?
No, and the lady that he's married to, he dated like 30 years ago.
Oh my God.
And I remember when he first, she came back in the picture and he talked to me. He was like, I haven't seen her. I said, let me tell you something, Big Pimpin'. It's been 30 years. But me and my dad had that relationship, so I can talk to him like that. I'm like, it's been 30 years. People do not look the same. People are different.
You got that right. I done seen people after 20-some years. I went to school with 20 years ago. I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't know that was you. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it was, it's,
Wow.
It's very, so, and then, I don't know. My dad is a character. Me personally, when him and my mother divorced 6 years ago, I think that he should have dated the young lady first, to get to know her all over again.
Is she younger?
No.
Okay.
They're the same age.
Okay, I was about to like that woman that put it on your daddy and brought him back. That's what it was. I thought she put that young monkey on him. I'm like, she done put that young monkey on your daddy.
Old monkeys might be good though.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with old monkey now. Don't get it twisted. Old monkey is great. The young monkey can do tricks that old monkey can't do. So you gotta understand.
But see, some guys like that old monkey.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with an old woman. You get an old woman about right around the AARP age. It ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? They got benefits. Them old women be wild. I don't know by example. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Yes, I've heard from some men who said that they prefer older women because they're seasoned. I'm like, oh, okay.
But see, they uninhibited though. See, them old women, they've been like, especially if they've been married and they didn't got divorced. And now they now I ain't saying all of them. If any older women watch this, I'm not stereotyping all of y'all because some of y'all might be good church mothers and cook the breakfast on Sunday. I ain't talking about that. But some of them church women that be old be wild as hell. I have played in churches most of my adult life. It is some wild old women in church. Don't let them fool you because they be having the little chicken wings on their arms and they be talking about, bless the Lord and bless your heart. Them be some of the wildest women you ever wanted to meet. I used to have old women roll up on me all the time in churches. I'm like, do you know I'm old enough to be your grandson? And they looking like, and I'm like, oh, hell no. Now, if they fine, I'm going to holler. I don't care. If they fine, I'll talk to them. No, shit.
They like that, young.
You can't look like Sojourner Truth trying to holler at me, but if you fine, I'll do it.
Oh.
Shit. If you look like Angela Bassett and you pushing 70, shit, yeah, I'll talk to you. Ain't no age ain't no but a number. They ain't got to be in our business, baby. We can go get that damn Social Security check together. Shit, what you talking about? But interesting. So your daddy is all about the repay relationship to times 2. He didn't took that shit to another level. That's interesting. Okay, I like his style. At least he said, "Look, I ain't no hoe about it. I got the same 2 women the last 50 years of my life. You can't call me no hoe."
Yeah, I mean. When I heard the story, because I didn't know, and I'm like, okay, wait. I literally was like, no. I need you to explain this one more time for me. And when he did, I was just like, all I could do was shake my head. And I'm like, what? Okay. All right. But no, him and my mother do not speak at all.
And I wouldn't think they would after all this. That's a lot of... A black woman ain't gonna let you do that to them too often. Like, oh, you playing games. I'm not. This conversation is never gonna happen ever again. I understand,
but they just But yeah, they don't ever need to ever.
So you don't think it's a 3 times with them? They ain't gonna get together one more time?
No. Let me tell you, I will be the hater and be like, let me tell both of y'all, I don't think so.
Dang, you gonna keep your parents apart? Wow.
No, you know what? And really, you know how sometimes they say some people just are not meant to be together.
That's true.
Yeah,
okay.
I did it. Yeah, and now don't get me wrong. At the time, I was like, and they divorced when I was older, so this was like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I was like, okay, but I saw it, growing all the way up. I saw it, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So this goes into the second phase of the relationship roundtable. Are you allowed to date the ex of somebody you know? Now, when I say this, I'm talking about all different kind of avenues. So you dated a dude and his boy tries to spit game at you as a female, or I date a female and then her associate, maybe not friend, but maybe somebody she know who knew we dated trying to throw game at me. It could be a lot of different avenues. It could be your boyfriend's cousin or your ex-boyfriend's cousin, or it could be your ex-boyfriend's old roommate. It could be you just run into people and they be like throwing, like they trying to holler. You be like, wait, hold on. Because I have seen this happen and I've had it happen to me a couple times. So I've always been, my rule is always to not keep it messy. You don't go certain places with people that know your ex. Now, the caveat to that is that shit ain't always possible. Because with men, it's different, I think. Because men are very visual. Sometimes they will throw caution to the wind and do stupid shit. I try to be the exception to that because I know if it get back to the first female, I'm going to get a phone call. Because I pretty much can have a conversation right now with any ex, with the exception of maybe one in my whole life. I can have a conversation with them rationally and ain't no hard feelings. Like we can be adults and have a ha-ha kiki conversation. But except maybe one. But I know damn well if I was like, if you found out, oh, you talking to such and such I used to work with, or you talking to my homegirl, even if it's somebody they know through somebody, that is still ties to them. So it's going to look like you being messy. I try to stay clear of all that stuff. When I was younger, that shit might have got murked up a little bit because shit was weird when you was younger. But now as a grown man, I know the drama and the bullshit that come along with it. I try not to go that route. And thankfully it hasn't happened as a grown man. It happened maybe when I was younger. But it's like, damn, ain't that your people? And they be acting like it ain't. I'm like, wow, okay, shit, that's how you doing it? So what do you all feel about dating anybody that has, or talking to anybody that has any type of doings or dealings with someone you dated previously? And I'm not saying they best of friends or they blood. They could be just associates that, hey, they used to shoot ball together and they know each other, but maybe they're not boys like that. And you know this person because you've seen them around them, but you don't know that, hey, how close is their relationship? Or do y'all even know each other like that? Do y'all have a rule or approach to that? I mean, this is a good subject to investigate and give people advice on.
Speaking from experience, going back to
oh hell, that's always a settle with black people. Well, speaking from experience, you about to hit some shit now.
No, so what's the dick payment? That guy.
Dick payment. Let's give it up to dick payment. Everybody on the dick payment. You gotta go back to this couple episodes. Dick payment is a fool. Go ahead.
So, he was a producer and he would have people at the house all the time, and I would cook or whatever. So 2 of his people, after the relationship was over, 2 of them tried to holler. And yeah, 2 of them. One was just like, I'm not. The other one, he lived in another state, and I seriously contemplated, like really talking to him to, yeah, I actually went. I went to visit another.
Oh, friend. Wait a minute! Time out. You went to visit this nigga?
No, not him.
Whoa.
I went to visit another friend in the state.
Oh, that person just happened to be in the same state. Yeah, right.
I went to visit my girlfriend. Yeah, I did.
I bet you ain't seen that girl for about 20 years. You're like, girl, I'm gonna come see you. I ain't seen you since we got out of high school.
I went to her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my girlfriend.
Okay.
So nothing happened though. Nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing happened, and you know, we both had a conversation to where like it was more so him because I was 9 times out of 10. I now 2020 vision now the 2020 vision I have now. I see that I was doing it out of spite. Because there was no way I was gonna have a relationship with this person. I just felt like I was just so like mad from what dick payment did, and this guy was like, you know, seemingly nice. You know,
that's a hell of a get back. Oh, you gonna be like that nigga? I got something for that ass. Dang.
But this was years later, though. I need to say that this was years later,
How
and
many?
I was in my 20s. Y'all, I was in my 20s. I'm 42 now.
No, how many years later was that?
Maybe like, huh?
How many years after dick payment was you trying to talk to this boy?
It had to be he was trying to talk to me first of all. It had to be at least 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that's so far away. Yeah, that's a long way away.
That's far away in your 20s.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I mean, it never happened. You know, we don't talk to this day, but I did contemplate it. I did. So man, 2 of his friends did try to holler.
That shit would.
I wouldn't do it now.
That shit would get you on an Investigation Discovery episode. I promise you that shit. I wish this motherfucker would find out. I just talked to my goddamn boy. You talk to who? This motherfucker got to die.
But you can't get mad if you're the person that messed up in the first place.
I don't give a damn if I messed up now. The rules are you don't date my boys.
I signed no contract. I was not married.
That is just good. That's good Christian values. You do not date my homeboy. You can date any other niggas out here, but don't date my boys.
Well, how good of a friend was he though, Bo? If he was trying to holler at his ex.
I mean, were they friends or were they associates? Did you ever clear that up?
They were friends?
Like friends, like, okay, we about to go kick it Friday night and go have a drink.
Right.
No, friends to where, like, whenever old dude was in town, like, he would come around and, like, he would bring his son around and stuff.
That ain't always necessarily friend. That could just be your peoples.
They were friends. Okay. But the thing, but with him, we met him at the same time. Me and Dick Payment met him at the same time.
Okay, so it was equally as your friend as he is.
Not really, because he spent more time with him doing the music and stuff.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
This shit sound like Love and Hip. This is like a bad episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. That's what that shit sound like.
It kind of was.
Damn. Like y'all could have been extras on there.
Yeah. Shoot of Stockbridge, because that's where we was living at the time.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Damn. Love and Hip Hop Stockbridge. All right. Okay, so Teresa, you got any situations or stories? If you got a story for this one, I'm gonna die laughing.
I actually don't.
Oh damn.
I'm sorry.
I thought you would have a good one for this.
I actually do not, and for me personally, I would not, especially coming out of the relationship I'm coming out. Absolutely not. No.
Okay. So no relationship to the person you was with. That person cannot have any dealings or have had any dealings with them or be a close acquaintance or just, hey, they know each other in passing. They can't know the person at all. What you saying?
No.
So
no.
So who is your celebrity crush?
Me?
Is it Idris Elba or Boris Kodjoe? One of them type dudes who you like?
No, it's somebody completely not even. You would never guess.
It's a celebrity though, so I might know who is it.
He is. He's a drummer.
Phil Collins?
No.
Okay, tell me. Travis Scott?
Barker. I said Travis Barker.
Travis who?
Yes.
Who is it? Somebody's phone going out. What was it? I didn't hear it. What was it?
Travis Barker.
I know Travis Barker is. I'm a drummer too. So that's your celebrity crush. So if Travis Barker was
and Adam Levine.
Okay, you got an interesting array of people there. Okay. Goddamn, you got a We Are the World culture of fucking crushes there. She went with Travis Barker to Adam Levine. Goddamn, you You got Questlove and Wyclef on that too? Shit.
Nope.
Okay, so Travis Barker know your man. They know each other in passing. Like they have some of the same circles that they intertwine with. So he knows your man a little bit. Y'all, they ain't boys in there, but he know him. Travis Barker trying to spit game. You try to tell me you ain't go. This your celebrity crush now. You ain't finna invest on that a little bit. Yeah, I thought that would change a little bit.
Well,
this your celebrity crush now. That means this shit ain't gonna happen every day. This is a motherfucker you don't have access to like that, but you just happen to bump into this motherfucker and you know your man knew him like that, or your ex-man, and you try to just walk away from that? That what you trying to tell me?
like, what you mean, like, no? Like, they're boys, they go travel, they talk all the time?
No, they got, like, some circles that intertwine them to each other where they know each other, but they ain't, like, on solo hangout tip. They, like, hang around with the same people, so they kind of sometime together, but they ain't, like, going out by themselves to shoot ball or watch the game, and they ain't doing no by themselves stuff.
Okay, well, yeah, for Travis Barker, yes.
Oh, that's bullshit. So you will do it then, okay? Shit. Because you better damn well know if motherfucking Serena Williams knew my ex and Serena hollering at me with that big old ass, shit, yeah, I'm doing it. Excuse me, fuck you. That's Serena Williams. She got money and ass. Okay, you can't have both now, goddamn. She got both. Shit. I would tell you my celebrity question. If it's Serena Williams, goddamn, let me think. Reagan Gomez Preston, Megan Good. Who else I like? It's some little mixed up chicks out there I like too. The girl off, y'all might not remember the show Quantico, the little Indian looking girl. That girl fine as hell to me.
She's married to
Who?
She's married.
The little Indian girl Quantico?
So Nick Jonas. Yes.
To who?
Nick Jonas.
What Jonas motherfuckers got her fine ass? Get the fuck out of here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes,
bullshit. Sir. Well, fuck it, they'll get divorced. This Hollywood shit. This shit don't last. Who else I like? Ashley Banks, if she still look good. I ain't seen her in a while, but she used to be fine as hell.
Ashley Banks.
Ashley Banks. Tatiana Ali. Her.
Tatiana Ali?
Yeah, her.
Cannot.
Candy from Escape. Candy can get with her thick juice ass. Let's see who else.
I love Candy Dick.
Portia can get it from Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah, we know the same people. Fuck it. We got
is thick as hell, okay?
Huh?
I said Portia is thick as hell.
She sure is. And I'm from the South. I love that shit. Any of them motherfuckers know any of my exes, I'm like, hey, them the breaks. We ain't together no more. You got to fuck that shit. I'm going over there. Fuck that.
So let's say it's not a celebrity. Say it's one of your exes for real. And one of your boys want to holler at her. Like, how would you feel about that?
No, that's not going to happen. That ain't happening.
But
well, all my boys are married, so that ain't going to happen.
Let's just say you have or you met a new boy, y'all became real cool.
No, that can't happen. No, that can't happen. We have to have a conversation about that. We got to have a conversation. But most dudes that are good dudes that y'all have that bond with, they ain't doing no fuck shit like that. See, when you get a nigga that do that kind of shit, that's a fuck nigga do shit like that. If that's a dude that's like riding down your corner, he wouldn't have no designs on talking to no female you dealt with. Because again, deep down, men don't want to have the chick after they boy. They might want to, like, damn, man, she can fuck, but they ain't gonna want to date nobody you dated. It could be some physical attraction stuff, but it ain't gonna be no I want to have a relationship. Because men don't. First of all, let me tell you something about men. Men don't ever want to think that they woman has ever slept with no nigga before them. And all men go in that blind shit like, my woman is a virgin. I don't care what the fuck she say. I don't care how loose it is. This motherfucker's a virgin to me. I'm just letting you know this is how men think. Because if you try to bring up, and we gonna talk about this instead, this is a good segue to where we going. But men don't ever want to think about the niggas you dated before us. We don't want to know them. I don't want to you could mention that nigga in past like, oh, my ex such and such. I don't mind hearing about some shit you went through, but I don't want to know this nigga intimately like that. I don't want to know nothing about how deep your relationship was, all shit. Unless it's something that I need to know about, some shit you went through emotionally that you still healing from. Maybe that kind of stuff helps. But I don't want to know all y'all details of y'all relationship. As far as I'm concerned, you was single and a virgin before I met you.
Oh my God.
Why do some men, here's a question, why do some men feel like they need to know all of that? Because to me, I feel like if I'm telling you that, and now you looking at me, like,
that's a weak ass right there. That's a weak dude right there who want to know that shit. A weak dude want to know that kind of shit. To me, that's me. Cause in my mind, you gotta think about, ain't nothing that dude can do to change what you about to tell him. So now he building up all this false insecurity for some shit he can't do nothing with anyway. Like, if you don't think you can deal with it, don't ask. And I always tell dudes, if you cannot handle the truth, do not ask a woman that. And I tell women, you do not want to know the truth when you ask a black man the truth sometime, because we will give you that shit like, you sure you want to know? Okay, then, here you go. Don't get mad. So I tell people, unless you really built for the truth, do not ask somebody to tell you the truth. Because a lot of people in their mind, they build up truth as being what they thought they already knew, and then you hit them with some shit out the blue, like, wait a minute, you did what? You was in an orgy? Well, how many motherfuckers was it? It was like 6. You slept with 6 motherfuckers in one night? Oh, I'm done.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. But what, as a man, if a female tells you that, and then you ask her to do it, she's like, no, I'm not doing it. What would you think?
I'm like, oh, you too goddamn good now, motherfucker. Let's go. You did this shit before? Shit. Oh, you too good. Oh, I done found Jesus and I don't do that anymore. What you mean you don't do it no more? You did it before. Yeah, you can't tell. That's why I see, if I don't know it, I cannot expect you to do it. I don't want to know if you was like smashing a dude in like an orgy and you got a train running you, and then I'll be like, well, hell, let's have a menage a trois with 2 females. I don't do that number. I don't want to bring nobody in. You had 6 motherfuckers in here one night, and I want to bring one motherfucker in and you can't do it? You're a selfish motherfucker. That's what you are. I'm just saying. That's why you never ask, and my rule is, if a woman don't bring up really sensitive subjects like that, do not ask, because you might get your feelings hurt. Right. Like when people, and I don't know, people love, there's some new shit with grown people. They love sending you these little sexual, things to say, oh, X off anything that applies to you. And I'm thinking, this ain't gonna, I ain't had no wild life like that. But I see some people shit, I'm like, you did all this shit before? You a fucking porn star.
Oh, you can't judge, though.
I'm not judging, but see, I might not want to know that, though. That's what I'm saying.
See, because men are, what I'm learning, men and women are completely different when it comes to that.
Yes.
Men are visual.
Yes.
Like, I've learned that.
And like, I can't deal with something if I got feelings going for you. If I got some emotional stuff invested in how I feel about a person, I almost don't want to know that stuff, because if I get a whiff of some stuff that make me feel like, oh damn, you was doing some sideways hooking back in the day, I don't want to know that about the girl I'm falling in love with. Especially if you truly were just young and you were just wild. I have to give people the opportunity to live and be, go through stuff and live. Because some people, honestly, they did stuff to experiment. They lived wild young. Now they settle. They don't do that no more. I respect that. And I feel like if I'm a good judge of character, which I say I am, if I feel like this person, they may have been different years ago before I knew them, but what I know of this person now, this is a good person. They might have wild out. If they drop hints like, oh yeah, I used to be wild back in the day, and if they don't seem like it now, I'm like, I'll let that ride a little bit. But if you still got some of the same traits kind of showing now, I'm like, exactly what do you mean is wild? Because you seem a little wild now. If you talk about your 20s and we in our 40s, I'm going to let you have that, because everybody did shit when they were younger that they probably wouldn't do now, because they were young and free and they were feeling their independence. But you can't hold it against them. But you can't be 40 still talking about, well, I had an orgy a couple weeks ago. Whoa, that's some shit we got to talk about right there. We got to talk about that. You two that only had orgies, you 40. Goddamn it, you should have a job at a 401k. You can't be doing that right now.
Oh boy.
But okay, so the question is, spinning into that is, let me look at my question here. I'm my format here. Okay, here it is. Should you know your mate's body count before getting into a serious relationship? So that's why I said that's segueing perfectly into this. Body count, for anybody who don't have urban knowledge that's listening, meaning how many sexual partners did your person have that you are now getting to know? Should you know that before dating them, or are you just wanting to be oblivious and not really investigate that? So I will let the ladies go first, and then I'll give my opinion on that.
I don't want to know, to be honest. For what? Everybody, like you said, everybody has a past. As long as none of those numbers are trying to creep up, while we together, I don't really care, And
I think I agree, because I'm like, we're in our 40s. Like, if you are still having body count numbers, then you don't need to be in a relationship. You just
What? Hold on.
wait a minute. What?
What you mean? What do you mean?
Okay. What I mean by that is we're older. So, and I'm not saying that everybody's doing that. There's some people who just maybe sleep with, a different person because that's, they're out there casually dating. But for me personally too, I don't want to know, because I'm sure it's probably, you've had several number because, we're older or whatever. So I don't want to know personally.
Interesting. So, that's interesting. I thought one of y'all would say yes, just to kind of wrap your mind around how this dude been out there in the world. Like, okay.
But how do you know they're going to tell you the truth?
That's true too.
They may say I've only been with 2 people. Yeah, okay, whatever.
That's true as well.
You don't know. You don't know if they're going to tell you the truth or not.
Yeah, I don't want to know unless I don't want to know the exact number, but I do want to know, like, if I'm gonna be coming in contact with somebody that you did.
Yes,
I do want to know that. But
here's the thing. And then here's another thing. For a perfect example, like if you're getting to know somebody, one of the questions is like, are you just talking to me? Are you casually dating other people? And I've heard, some women have told me that when they've dated other men, what their response is, I have other lady friends. So like, okay, what does that mean? Are you intimate with these lady friends? Do you just go, you see what I'm saying?
I guess that's important to ask. Especially if you're thinking about being intimate with that person.
Right.
Y'all dropping knowledge over here, okay.
But
I don't know, because you don't want nobody that's sleeping with you and then sleeping with 10 other people, because that's just nasty.
Yeah. For me, when I start dating again, that's one of the questions I'm going to ask. Like, okay, if we're just casually, hey, we're going to go have a drink on Friday. Okay, I'm gonna meet you there. Then I'm going back to my house by myself, and you can go to yours. But if we're starting to casually, start to get to know each other, we're dating. I'm gonna ask you. So, what is your intention? Are you just, are you casually dating multiple people? Are you trying to work up to us, dating? But you won't get no cookies right away.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you. She said no cookies right away. Okay, no cookies, no milk then.
Nothing.
So, all right.
Conversation.
Oh, damn. Healthy conversation. All right there.
Yes.
I have never really had a desire to know that. And I think mine is more so because I know how I am. I am a very analytical thinker. So I almost have to set myself up for things in life. The less I know, the better. Because if you inundate me with too much data, now I'm gonna start crunching data. I'm like, wait a minute, you just slept with my dudes, and you just so I'm gonna start knowing how many dudes per year, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I almost don't want to know that, just because ignorance is bliss to me in this issue. So if I'm ignorant to the number, I think I'm a pretty good judge of character in most instances of the females that I associate with. If I'm trying to date like that, they haven't been out here wilding where they got, in the damn 40 range, and I'm like, damn, you slept with 40 dudes? Goddamn, okay, Jesus. I'm just saying, like,
they started when they were 1.
Say what?
They started when they were 1.
Goddamn, wound like a catcher's mitt. Like, goddamn, girl, your wound is blown out. Jesus, okay.
Pretty much. Wow.
But I tend to, be attracted to women that seem very, like, and sometimes that ain't even the case. Sometimes you find women that are very professional, very well-to-do, buttoned up, and these were some sideways hookers back then. I'm like, you did what? Damn. Wait, man, ain't you got a master's degree? So, that was when I was younger. Well, damn, shit, I'm kind of scared now.
What that mean? What a master's degree?
No, I'm saying sometimes you see a professional woman, you think, you know what, this she got it going on. She, very about her business. She seemed like she about that life. She's ambitious, and then you start getting to know her too much. You're like, wait a minute, now, hold on. You said you went to Freaknik every year and using the back of somebody's minivan, doing a video. I'm like, oh shit, hold on now. Stop the press, because I live in Atlanta. If you was in Freaknik here and you was in the back of somebody's van shooting videos, I kind of know what that might mean. Back in the day, that means you was wild as hell back in the day. Now, I ain't saying you ain't put a party, but I didn't want the girl that was on the video. I want the girl just walking down P Street with a tennis skirt on looking cute. If you jumping in some nigga van taking videos, I know what the videos are. You either showing it or doing it. It's one of two things. You showing it or you doing it. So, I tend to be like, you know what? If they were that kind of wild back in the day, maybe one day that'll come out. I'm not going to do that up front because now I'm going to start thinking too much about, well, how wild was she? And, has she slept with somebody I know? Which is very unlikely because I have a small circle of homeboys. I don't know half the city of Atlanta like everybody think we know. I know a lot of people, but I'm saying my homeboys, there's not a lot of them. So, and I kind of know who they dealt with. So it's not like this would be like, oh, who? You know that nigga? Oh, wait a minute. No, ain't going to be no surprises like that. But I kind of feel like I want to get to know the person without any potential judgment factors. And that would be a judgment factor. If I find out you was kind of wildish like that, I might not give you a fair chance because I might be stereotyping. And I don't want to do that. I want to let, who you are now speak for what you are about and not what you did as a younger person, which that's the immature adults. They're going to do anything. They'll do all kind of stuff because they was young and wild and dumb. But as long as you ain't like that now, we could be cool. And I tend to just be like, I don't eat no body count. If somebody asks me, I tell them. But we got to be in a certain position to be doing that. That can't be just we just chit chat every now and then. No, that got to be like, are you in a position to be asking me that? Okay, so that ain't a conversation you don't have.
What is somebody's intention? Like, what do you get out of knowing that?
Yes.
Like, why would somebody want to know that?
I feel like it's a control mechanism. I feel like if people have that data, they feel what's the word? They feel indemnified. So if I know the number, I can't always be wondering about it. Or I can't be uneasy because I already know what it is. I accepted. I moved on. I'm good. But the not knowing, some people can't deal with not knowing. Like, especially something like that. Like, they just have to know. Some people they're so rigid with who they deal with. And see, those are the people sometimes, they mess themselves out of a lot of good opportunities because they're so rigid with how they view people or who they let come into their life. Everybody ain't going to be perfect. And I tell people come in with flaws. If you look for somebody perfect, then that was Jesus and he ain't dating right now. But, I'm just saying, like, you want somebody perfect. That's the only person I know is perfect and he ain't dating. So you got to accept people have had lives. And I tell people all the time, do you realize this person had a life before they even knew you existed? I have to tell myself that, like, this person lived before they even knew me. They didn't know they were going to meet me. I didn't know I was going to meet them. So I cannot judge or, pigeonhole them because they did something well before they knew me. I feel like people want to know because it gives them sanity of, okay, I have a number now. I don't know why a number is important, but I feel like that is a safety mechanism for them. As long as it's a number they feel is reasonable based on your age, I feel like they're like, okay, that's reasonable for the age you are. But if you tell them some kind of out of the park number, they be like, that's kind of high. That's kind of high.
I think because especially at our age, people get numbers. They, like you said, they will start crunching numbers. Like, okay, so you did this many people every year.
Yeah.
So you wasn't in a relationship. You was just out there spreading eagle.
Yeah. And see, that's when the judgment comes in because you like, whoa. Now, granted, this could be in their 20s. They not even like that no more. But in the back of that person's mind, like, whoa, you know how many people you slept with in your 20s alone? Like, if the 20 number is already high, you ain't even counting in the 30s and where they are to this year to date. You think about, damn, your 20s. If you say you slept with such and such people by the time because the worst thing to do is say, okay, before you was 30, how many people did you sleep with? If it's an outrageous number, then you in trouble because now you're gonna already be like multiplying that times 3 decades and basically put up some fictitious numbers and say, so you trying to tell me your whole life you slept with X amount of people because your average a year is this much, or your average every 10 years is this much.
Horrible.
People do that.
So let me ask both of you guys, since I'm, coming into this, is that a conversation that has come up personally with you guys? Like Tania, like if you're dating somebody, has that conversation ever come up?
She gonna use my whole government name.
My bad.
No, it hasn't, and no, I don't know why it hasn't. It just hasn't. Not for me, it hasn't. I know people that it has happened for. But just to piggyback off of what Bo was saying, I agree with you saying what you're saying as far as like reasons why people ask, but I also think it's a way to, like, some people are scared to be vulnerable. Some people are scared to go into a relationship because they're scared of being rejected or whatever. So I think it's a defense mechanism or a way to find something wrong with this person to stop the relationship before you get hurt, if that makes any sense.
Yes. I see what you're saying.
I think some people might ask for that reason too. Yeah. Because that's a way for, if you 42 and you come in talking about I slept with 40 people, oh, well then, you know what, shoot, he good on this side of the paper, but on this side, that's horrible. That trumps everything. He probably gonna get with somebody else to hurt me again one day, or hurt me again. So I'm in the relationship now.
Wow.
People want to fit you into the little box that they have designed for themselves, and if you don't fit in that box perfectly, like Nikki said, that's their way to say, okay, well, I'm not moving forward with this because you don't fit in the demographic of what I need your numbers to look like. You can make this much a year, great. You got a house, great. You got transportation, you got savings, you got a career, you got ambition. But you get that one little area that they lacking in, or they just, it's too out of the pocket for you. Like, nah, I can't flow with this. I'm about to let this one go because that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Dudes do the same thing. And it's just, I mean, at my age, I am very selective. I always tell people that. It's like, people like, it sounds like you're picky. I'm like, I'm not picky. I'm selective. And I really feel that because of the very rare bucket I fall into, I'm not saying, I'm one in a million, but if you look at my age, the things that I have and things that don't come with me, I am in a different kind of realm of where a black man is. I'm 40. I'll be 43 in July. I have 3 degrees. I don't have any children. I have a home. I have vehicles. I have savings. I have a career. Women look at. I've never been married. Never been close. So women automatically like, wait a minute, you never been married and you don't have any kids and you got all this stuff going for you. Like, so I feel like I can be selective. I don't just want.
I get that too.
Some tacky. I don't want no tack head, chicken head chick. I mean, you got to come to the table with some stuff like a worth. I don't want to just date nobody. If I can bring this stuff to the table that makes your life very drama free, I feel like you should come with a lot of the same thing. Now, of course, meeting a woman in that same pocket is going to be very limited. But there are women out there, of course.
Yes,
but
there are.
More than likely, they have either been married. Some of them been married more than once. Some of them have, children, multiple children. Some have one child, some may have multiple children. It's different. And when you get to a certain age, you have to expect that women are at a different point in their life. When I was 25, the biggest thing about me with dating was I did not want to date a woman with kids. And that's not unreasonable for 25. That's still young. A lot of females didn't have kids at 25. But as you get older, that you got to really loosen your stance on not having any kids. Because the older you get, more times than not, the woman has had or is having children. So now if you talking about, I'm 42, she can't have no kids, nigga, you finna be by yourself. Because it ain't too many women out there that can live up to that and do everything else you talking about.
They're not, well, speaking, because, I have 2 kids, so I get it.
Right, because the majority of women they've experienced one of both. They've either been married and had a family, or they have kids at least. Yeah. There's a small population that do not have those things that can still, be a very, very good, viable match for someone. But that's just like I'm in a kind of smaller population, those women are in smaller populations. So, that's where it gets a little bit different. Like, you have to be different. Like, okay, you might have to lift that can't have no kids, because if you saying she can't have no kids and she's in her 40s, that's probably not going to be a lot of women that's there for you to, go with.
I've gotten the picky thing too, because I'm in a similar boat as you. And I just tell people, no, I'm not picky. I'm just not settling.
Exactly.
I refuse to settle ever. I've settled so much in my life, and I refuse. I'm not doing it no more.
Dick rent.
Dick rent. Dick payment, dick rent, whatever. Yeah, I did. I was in my 20s. I was like 21. I'm supposed to do that stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I know. But people treat you like something is wrong now.
Yeah, like we're not allowed to have what we like or get what we like. I'm like, I should be able to get what I like. My life is set up to be very plug and play. You don't have no baby mama to deal with. You don't have no ex-wife to deal with. You have no female other than my sister, mom, and niece that is going to be a consistent factor in my life. And they don't get in my relationship stuff like that. That's going to be your family if you get with me or we get married. But other than that, you ain't got no baby mama going to be calling. Bitch, next time you whoop my child, it's going to be me and you in the street. You ain't got that shit going on. You ain't got no ex-wife. That nigga owe me alimony, bitch. You better tell your man to kick that overtime. Ain't nobody calling for that shit. I ain't got none of that. I know dudes with 2 and 3 baby mamas plus a wife. This nigga got gray hair all in his head. I'm like, oh, fuck, nigga, you got 3 baby mamas and a wife. I would kill myself if I was you, motherfucker.
Oh.
You ain't gonna never stop getting annoyed, nigga. Somebody's gonna always be fucking with you. Shit. This nigga wake up mad. The fuck? You got 3 baby mamas and an ex-wife or a current wife? Boy, stop. Somebody gonna be hollering or cussing you out at some point all 24 hours of the day.
Yeah.
Believe that. I don't know nobody with 3 baby mamas and a wife and they perfectly happy. I'm like, you can't be perfectly happy. If you got 3 black baby mamas and a wife, somebody don't like you at some point in that day. I promise you that. I promise you that, nigga. Somebody calling you, this son of a bitch think I'm thinking, he got my child there with his fucking wife. I don't like that bitch. You may not know she cussing you out. She's somewhere talking shit about your ass.
Probably. Probably.
I go to bed at night very stress free. I'm like, I don't have nobody talking shit about me because I don't. And if they are, I really don't give a damn. Because I have no ties to their ass no more. You can talk shit about me. Excuse me. I don't have to be tied to your ass no more. You can just walk the fuck out and never call me again. Bam! Do you know how free it is to break with a motherfucker and you ain't got to be... Oh, shit. This motherfucker in 18 years. Shit!
Now, hold on. It depends on what type of... But trust me when I say I have heard horror stories of people who don't get along. The good thing for me is me and my ex, we get along. So
that's beautiful.
You're not gonna get any, and you see that, and then you don't. So the good thing for me is we do get along. There is no drama.
But Teresa, you know what? Let me drop a nugget in on you. I'm gonna drop some knowledge. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
The next dude that when you start dating and you get serious with somebody. This may or may not happen, but I'm giving you a little heads up on the game for speaking from my own personal opinion. Let me tell you how I look at that.
Okay.
I have heard so many times females like, oh, my ex, we co-parent so great. And I be sitting there thinking, oh, okay. In the back of my mind, like, oh, fuck, some other nigga got to deal with the rest of my goddamn life. I don't even know this motherfucker, and I got to deal. Even if y'all happy together, I don't want no new nigga in my life. That's how men look at it. We think about, God damn it, some nigga I got to deal with that I don't want to deal with, but because I love her, this nigga come along with the package because the baby. Fuck. Let me tell you something. Black men do not want to make new nigga friends. Especially if I ain't picked that nigga. See, I didn't pick your ex. So if I date you, and I got to get this nigga just as a booby prize, I'm like, oh, fuck. That means I gotta go around this nigga sometime with you, the child having some, or, this nigga gonna have a barbecue for the baby's birthday, or the kids turning this age. That means if I'm your man, I got to go to the party and see this nigga. I'm like, that nigga fucked my woman? This nigga used to fuck my woman right here. I'm hanging out with this motherfucker. What the fuck? Oh, that's senile shit. I do not want to hang out with a nigga who used to fuck my woman.
So for me... For me personally.
But you ain't think about that, did you? You didn't think about that, did you? This nigga used to fuck my woman raw and had 2 babies with her. I'm telling you, the shit is different for men.
And you know what?
See? You didn't even think about that, did you?
I didn't think about it that deep.
See, we think about that shit. If you got an ex-husband or baby daddies and I'm your man now, that means I got to deal with them niggas whether I want to or not, because guess what? You come along with both of us. That means I'm with you, You was with him. Y'all have a child together, so that nigga's now included. So now it's a fucking three-way split here of I love you, you got a baby with this nigga, so he got to be in the fucking equation, and then I got to, every time I see this nigga fucking my woman raw one time and got her pregnant. What the fuck kind of shit am I doing over here? I'm at this nigga's barbecue, and he used to fuck my woman. This shit is me now.
Well, first of all,
I'm just saying.
I got it. So the good thing is that's not gonna happen. Well, not trying to get in a relationship no time soon. I hear what you're saying. I didn't think about it that deep because men, do think about that. So, but let me ask you this: on the flip side, when he gets a girl, do women think that? Because
hell yes. That's why they be acting a fool sometimes. Nigga, you think you good now because you got a woman and shit? You don't be calling your child no more because that bitch around?
I'm not like that, though.
I know you're not. Most women aren't. But you got some chicken heads that are.
Right. I think it's different when the person has older children, though.
So my children are older. My children are older. Stop laughing.
Let me tell you, it don't mean shit to me. If I'm dating you and you got two, I don't care if they 18. That nigga is still around because he's their father. Every time I see him, this nigga used to fuck my woman back in the day. What kind of shit is this? Why am I here?
Why is that such a big thing? Like,
look, I just told you, no man wants to ever think of his woman having sex with nobody but him. We think of all y'all as virgin and single when we met y'all. We don't give a damn what you told us.
Well, but I guess it crosses your mind. But there's one thing for me, like in the beginning, like first and foremost, you won't come around my kids nor over there. It's gonna be like almost a year probably before I would do that. That's me personally.
That's fine. But just know, if I'm side-eyeing this nigga look like he want to hit it right now. I should go hit him in his fucking mouth right now. This nigga look like he want to hit my shit right now in my face. This nigga trying to fuck you while I'm standing here?
That's funny you say that because I have heard from people who have, they've been divorced or whatever, and they have the new person, and they have said that their guy has been like, nah, we know men. Why is your ex-husband still looking at you like he want to get that?
Told you. I know what I'm talking about. Bring the new dude around. This nigga gonna want that booty again. Like, oh, she brought this nigga to my house. Damn, that ass looking fat. I'm gonna try to see if I can get her in the bathroom right quick. Rekindle some shit.
No.
I've had friends. I've heard stories from people who have been divorced who have said that they've dated. They're dating somebody, and when they got home, the dude was like, "Why was your ex-husband looking at you like that? You sure you just dropped the kid off and left like that?"
Over there fucking kiki and shit while I'm over in the corner eating potato salad. Y'all been laughing and shit. Fuck y'all laughing about this shit. Y'all ain't together no more. You better stop that shit. I'll kill everybody in this motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Shit, it'll be investigation discovery. That bitch was laughing over kiki and over potato salad. I killed her ass. It's gonna be named my show. No, I'm trying to tell you, if you want to see a motherfucker really lose it and he really miss his ex, bring another nigga around. That nigga be like, man, I missed that motherfucker. God damn, what was I thinking? I fucked all that up.
But my thing is, okay, so let's go back to this. You broke up for a reason.
Right. So but they say absence make the heart grow fonder. When somebody, you gotta remember, what's it saying? One man trash is another man's treasure. Sometimes you don't know what the hell you got until you see another motherfucker with it. Like, this motherfucker. I had all that shit and I didn't realize it. God, men are stupid. I will be the first to tell you, we make some of the dumbest mistakes when it comes to women. We will pick the nothing ratchet chick over a fucking woman who was about her business and don't know why. Like, damn, nigga, you had that and you started dating this motherfucker. Why? I don't know. I'm stupid as fuck. Now I miss my baby. And she over here kikiing with this nigga over here by tater salad and shit. And I got this dumb motherfucker in my house.
Well, that's y'all dumb fault.
Exactly. Men couldn't tell you why they do it. Like, why you do it? I don't know.
So why do you guys act like you, not just men in general, act like y'all just don't care?
That's how you mask the pain. That's a man's what they call it, rites of passage. You don't become a man till you done had your heart fucked over by a woman. I mean, you don't until that motherfucker done threw your shit on the ground and rolled the car over forward and backwards. That's how you become a man right there. When you be sitting at home listening to goddamn old Sade albums and shit, and that shit be making your soul hurt and your chest. I have actually sat at home before, and my motherfucking chest was hurting. I was so goddamn depressed from a motherfucker I broke up with, or broke up with me. I don't know what the fuck happened. But you do not become a man until you had your heart yanked out your chest and stomped on.
But then you guys mask it and should walk around like nothing is wrong.
You know why? Because society conditions men. You're not supposed to be soft. You're not supposed to cry. I don't give a fuck. I will cry. I have learned to become very comfortable with my emotions. I have cried in front of females. If some shit emotionally gets to me, I have broken down and cried. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I am a human being with feelings and shit. I ain't gonna be like no bitch. I'll be like, I'll be like, man, that fucking with me, man. And I will let that shit out, cry, and get the fuck on with my life. But society would tell you, as a man, you ain't supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to be weak and show emotion. That's what women do. We supposed to be tough and shit, be able to handle that shit.
The weakness, though, even when women.
Yeah, but society tells us or programs us that weakness is a sign of crying and you can't handle stuff. We are not allowed to do that. They will tell you.
But men should, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, but like you said, society is like, no, men are not supposed to cry.
When a little boy cries because he falls or hurts himself, the first thing the parents do, and it could be the mom or dad, depends on how they raise them, first they stop that crying, you're a man, stop crying. They won't even let you, as a child, deal with your emotions like that. So you're conditioned as a man. From the time you 6 on, I'm not supposed to cry. I'm supposed to be tough. I'm supposed to be able to fucking fall on a bed of nails and not cry about the shit. Or I'm supposed to goddamn kick my foot into a bedpost and break my big toe, but not cry about the shit. Oh, I burned my hand. Oh, I can't cry. I'm just sit here and look stupid. The fuck? I don't give a fuck. I will cry shit. That shit hurt. Look, I have been in some shit where I have showed emotion. I don't give a damn. But society will look at me like, he's getting emotional. Right. Why is that? Because I'm a damn human being.
Society don't pay your bills, so what? Who cares what society thinks?
Exactly.
Right.
But just know that if I'm in a situation and I got somebody who they got to swap the kids off, I will be going on every drop off and pickup. Fuck that.
But that's insecurity, though.
The fuck it is. I just want to make sure, hey, what's up, nigga? Hey, we got to be in a relationship together. If you going to be a constant factor, then nigga, we should hang out and see each other every night. What's up, nigga? I ain't seen you about 2 weeks. What's going on?
So wait, let me make sure I have this straight.
A throuple.
You're writing, if the kid, y'all are leaving, and she's like, okay, I'm going to go drop a little Billy off. You're like, all right, come on, let's go. We going together.
Until I feel good about it.
I got you.
But just know, like you said, if I'm at the fucking family barbecue and this is my first time seeing y'all interact, and this nigga looking real happy when y'all having conversations like y'all kiki and this nigga, because a man can tell when another dude want his woman. We know how to look at the fucking eyes and the body language. This nigga trying to holler and shit again. He trying to fuck her again. Okay. This nigga playing me for a lightweight over here. He trying to fuck me, disrespect me in my face.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Can't even say nothing.
You ain't finna do that shit in my face. I'm just saying, like, I would nut the fuck up in here and cuss everybody out. Shit. Ain't nothing y'all gotta be smiling and laughing about, goddamn. Y'all ain't together no more, so y'all should be looking evil as fuck at each other. Don't smile at nigga.
Oh, it don't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be like that. You can still get along with your ex, but you don't. I see what you're saying. Not all like leaned in and
Yeah. See,
laughing.
you can be cordial, but don't be all, hey, you're so funny. The fuck they over kikiing and shit. Oh, fuck, let me go over and fuck this shit up right quick. This nigga should not say nothing to have you laughing that fucking hard. Y'all together all that time. This nigga now making you, you're so funny. And this nigga's not making her laugh. And that's a setup with a dude trying to make the woman laugh. He trying to get them draws.
That's not always true.
Not all the time. Stop it.
Okay.
No.
Did y'all watch Chris Rock?
Yes.
Okay, Chris Rock has one of the stand-ups, is one of the favorite ones. I don't know which one it is. He said, I don't know. It was the one where he did like the multi-city thing where he was in London, Africa, and somewhere else. But he was talking about the reason women, everything a man does to a woman from the age of 15 forward, you try to get some pussy. He told her, hi, have a nice day? Would you like some dick? She said, oh, you so funny. Would you want some dick with that joke? Oh, excuse me, can I pull out your chair? Can I get you some dick? That's what I'm saying. Everything a man does to a female, usually if they are engaged in some sense, it is some form of sexual activity they would love to happen.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay, well.
I ain't saying sex, but he is showing you, I am reaching out to show you I'm interested this way. Just in case you wanted to know. So if you would like the penis, you can just let me know. We can set up a date.
I'm oblivious to all that kind of stuff. I don't.
Most women are.
Oh, I just thought of another topic.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to save that.
Yes, I will.
Well, this has been a wonderful, hilarious another episode of From the Mind of Bo. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I don't know what to say. This has been educational. I've learned so much of body counts and all kind of damn daddies replaying marriages 2 or 3 times. I ain't never heard no shit like that before. Shit, god damn. Fuck. That's I don't know. I ain't never heard no shit like that. That's an interesting one right there. Married the same two women 2 times each. That's some next level stuff right there.
That's a Lifetime movie.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ. You be the one that got something to drink and like, wait a minute. What, he just divorced from this lady an hour ago? Yeah, they back married again. What the fuck? What I miss?
Right.
So, but definitely want to thank you ladies for joining. Anybody in the state of Georgia, stay your black ass at home. Fuck Brian Kemp and his stupid ass. Do not go and get your nails done or your hair done or your hair cut. How the fuck I'm just doing social distance 6 feet of a motherfucker touching me? The fuck kind of stupid shit is that?
Because yesterday when I was coming to my house, there was about 9 or 10 black people sitting on the corner with their motorcycles in their full biker gear, just chilling off the bike.
I mean, I think that's okay, but going bowling right now,
they didn't have any mask on.
I just stay in the, I'm doing the in the house stuff for a little bit longer. I go out when I need to. Like I've got a little bit more comfortable. So the last couple weeks, it was just grocery store, go to my mom's house, check on my family, and get some gas if I need it. That was it. And maybe go to a fast food restaurant every now and then. But the last week or so, I have ventured out. I've gone to Home Depot. I have my mask and stuff. I have my gloves on. So I have kind of done a little bit more, but I'm not going to buy into this dumbass plan of, let's open up everything where black people just happen to congregate and it's open. I'm like, when you open up the goddamn tennis courts and tanning salons and all that goofy shit, then you talk to me. When you open up shit where the white people go, then maybe I'll do that shit. But you open up all the black shit. Ain't nobody noticing that but me. I'm like, y'all think I'm stupid? I know what the fuck y'all trying to test it. Let's see if the black people get sick first and die. Okay, no, not the kid. I'm gonna be right up in this motherfucker.
Do you still have to stand in line at Home Depot?
Yes, you do. It was a nice little long one today, but I ain't mad about it. If you got where it's only 100 people can be in the store, I am not mad about that because it was going at a nice pace. It wasn't like, I was in a line an hour. I was only in line like 10, 12 minutes before I was in the store, so that wasn't bad. For a Saturday where it was real nice, I thought it was going to be worse than that. That wasn't bad to me.
Because Michael's by my house, they used, as soon as Brian Kemp said that he opening all this stuff, they used to have a line. I drove past there yesterday, no line. You can just go in there now.
But he didn't open that. Like, that's not, why is that even open?
That's not essential retail. That's why I don't understand. Why is that open? Like, today, they had Joann's Linens open. That ain't no damn essential retailer. Why they selling crafts and shit? That ain't got to do with.
I thought he only opened, like, hair salons and bowling. I didn't know he opened all the stores.
He didn't. Because, like, Kohl's, Ross, Marshalls, all them stores, famous for, all them stores are closed. It's supposed to only be essential retailers.
Michael's is open, and at first
it is not essential.
Had a line, and then today we were coming to my house, and my son was like, "Why are all them people at Michael's?" Right?
You gonna die for some fucking garland? Fuck that. Nigga, I caught that Corona nigga off that garland I was trying to get. Nigga, you stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck, nigga. Fuck you doing with garland? Who the fuck getting married from garland, nigga? Shit. But I don't know. I'm kind of done with the idiot ass politicians. I'm living by my own rules over here. I don't follow that. When I heard that, I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna go nowhere. Especially with somebody touching me. Y'all ain't telling me stay 6 feet, but then you gonna let somebody put a tattoo gun on my arm and ink on my skin, or put the clippers near me, which means they almost touching me. Or if somebody washing your head at a hair salon, ain't they gotta touch your head to wash it?
But they're wearing gloves. They're wearing gloves. I have a friend that owns a salon.
Who gives a damn? You still breathing on me.
And a mask.
Don't forget the massage. You can get a massage now, too.
Who the hell wants somebody rubbing on your naked body with coronavirus? Come on now. Shit. Stupid as hell. I don't know. I'd live in a dumbass country and even a dumber state. But nevertheless, people stay safe. Don't buy into the bull. Stay at home longer. We'll get past this, but do not go out and expose yourself to mold danger. Been another episode of From the Mind to Bow, the Relationship Roundtable. Thank you so much, Teresa and Nikki, for joining. Your insights were wonderful. As always, you are both welcome to come back and talk this shit again. I look forward to it.
Thanks.
I'll have more stories.
Oh yeah, please bring the story. The story's a classic because your stories are like nothing I ever heard before. Like the damn cousin with the shit stalking the nigga because he put that young dick on. I'm still laughing about that shit. That shit was funny. When you said it, like he put that pipe on her. That's what you sitting outside somebody's house waiting for a nigga to come. That's pipe game right there. That nigga put that pipe on her. Shit. But once again, thank y'all so much. We about to sign off and get back to Saturday evening stuff. I'm about to watch these crazy ass Investigation Discovery shows. I suggest y'all do the same because it is some good ass shit on Investigation Discovery. But thank y'all so much. We'll get back at you soon. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.